everyone, how's everyone today? Welcome to Commercial Farming with the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, we knew this day was coming, right? We have got a huge, I do mean huge, soybean harvest to do today. And this is just one. This field, as I have explained to you before, normally, and we'll get up here and we'll take a look at it. Normally it's a little over 7,000 acres is what it is. Yeah, let that sink in. 7,000 acres. Yeah. If that gives you any idea, this field is bigger than downtown Dallas, Texas. Yeah, now, I didn't say it was bigger than Dallas, Texas. I said downtown Dallas, Texas. So this is the field that we're looking at right here. Alright, now I've cut it in half, and so each side, I'm assuming, or I figure it's about 3,500 acres on each side. So let's go look at it. And it says it is 7,305.75 acres. So yeah. Potential harvest off of this field. Now keep in mind, this is both sides because I cut it in half right here. But potential harvest off of this field is 26,572,231 liters. Yeah. So, yeah. There's that. Now this is the field that I told you it took the last time I harvested it. I only harvested it once since I bought it. It took a solid 12 hours to do it. And that's real time. That's not farm time. And on the farm, we are running full time. I mean, we're not running. We haven't speeded the time up or anything like that. This is real time. So we're going to run up here to the end of the field and we're going to get started. The first thing we'll do is start our trucks and get them warming up and get them where they're ready. And then we're going to get on with it. But as you can see, it is a long way. We're running 89 miles an hour, and it just goes on and on and on. So, and also, like I said, I promised you that this is definitely not going to be a 12-hour video. So I don't want everybody clicking off of it and saying, "Oh, I ain't watching nothing like that." That's all day. Well, yes, it is all day, but the video's not going to be an all-day video. No. I figure what we'll do is, from time to time, I'm going to check in with you and show you our progress, show you how it's going, and then, yeah, then you can decide whether you want to do a field like this. But, yeah, we're still going. We are still, it's crazy, isn't it? Yes. And this is why there's no way that I could do without Autodrive and Courseplay. No. It's going to be Autodrive and Courseplay all the way. I'm going to chase the harvesters. But yeah. All right. Well, we are up here and we're going to get these trucks running and let them start warming up. I've already got them programmed in. I just need to get the guys going. And we'll go over here, get him started up. Now it's 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:08 up there if you're looking at the time on the top of the screen. And that's why they got their headlights on. But yeah. Alright, we got them guys started. They're warming up. We've got our harvesters up here. I don't have them programmed in yet, but I will. And yeah, well, let's just park over here out of the way. That seems like the best thing to do. Alright. Yeah, we'll go over here. And I don't know if I've got this field programmed in. We're going to find out real quick. I don't think I've got a folder for them or anything. Let's see here now. Now this is field 10. So do I have a folder for them? And I do not. Yeah, I do. 10.1 and 10.2. Alright. Well, all I've got is a mulch and a plant. I don't have anything else. Alright. I'm going to program these guys in. Yeah, I'll just take you with me while we do it. Alright. Wait just a minute here. Yep. Alright, we're in number 1. You want to hit create a job, Courseplay field work. You got to take your field position, click on that, and then take that thing where you want it. Which in our case is right up here. See this field? Right up here where the harvesters are at. That's where we want to start. And then it gets your field outlined. Open the course generator. We want 5 harvesters. That's what we want. It's working with is automatic. We're going to run lands. Up and down's automatic. Rows per land, I choose 4. So let's generate the field work course. Now, it'll take just a moment because that's a big field. Big field. It's getting it figured out. Boy, you can tell. I mean, it's there it is. It's got it figured out. That's what our course is going to look like right there. All right, so now we want to come back down here, and we're on field 10. 10.1 is where we're at. We want to save that course. So you want to hit save, activate, and it gives you a chance to type in what you want. So in our case it's harvest. Not 5 H. Because of 5 harvesters is what we're going to run here. Press OK. And over here is where it's got you. Alright. Now we come out of that. Bring up your small HUD. And there you have it. Harvest 5 harvesters. His position is to left. Alright. Now, let's go to number 2. Alright, first thing you want to do, first thing is clear the current course that's in your harvester out. That's a different field. You don't want that course in that harvester. So you clear that out. Then you come over, make sure you're on 10-1, which is a field that you're wanting to harvest, and you click on that. That's the course that we've just generated. So you click on that and load it. Activate it. Small HUD's up. Here you are. First waypoint. Now he was 2 left. He's 1 left. Okay? And he's set up and ready to go. Let's go to number 3. Same thing. Clear the course. Load the course. Activate. Alright. Now, his position is center. You'll have 2 on the left and you'll have 2 on the right. He's center. Okay? Now we go to number 4. Same thing. Clear his course. Highlight the course that you want him to run and load it. Activate it. Alright, and his position is 1 right. Okay, let's go to the next harvester. Of course it's got to save. We wouldn't be able to get through this without saving. Alright, first thing you want to do, clear his course. Load that course that you just put in there. Activate it. Alright, and there you have it. His position is 2 right. So you got 2 right, 1 right, center, 1 left, 2 left. Okay? Alright, there ain't nothing else to do besides let's get this party started. That's all I can say. So we're going to tell him to go to work. And we'll go back here and we're going to get number 2. Now, I took a reading of how much soybeans we have in our storage right now, and whenever we get done, then I'll subtract that from the total, and we'll know how many soybeans we got off this half acre, or this half field, let's put it that way. Alright, let's tell him to go to work. Okay. And here's number 3. Alright. Tell him to go to work. And we'll get number 4. We'll tell him to go to work. And we'll get number 5. And we'll tell number 5 to go to work. And there we have it. We've got all 5 of them running. Now, I don't want you to beat me up too bad. But as I've told you before, these harvesters have an increased capacity. So actually what they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to go all the way to the end of this field, and they'll come back, somewhere around where number one's at right now, and we'll start emptying them out. Now, I will tell you that the trucks over there, I had to increase the capacity of those trailers. Otherwise, I'd have to have 10 trucks lined up there, you know. So I increased the capacity of them. They hold 300,000 liters apiece. And I will tell you that every time these guys make a round trip, they're going to be hauling right at 900,000 liters, real close. So all 3 trucks will be running. So anyway, we are off and we are on our way. And like I said, I'm going to check in with you every once in a while. I'll get back with you when these guys make their first complete round, and then we'll get through it all the way until the field is done. So hang in there. All right. Well, I thought I'd let you know the progress on these harvesters in the field. Here they are, and they're coming down their first lands. Number one is blazing away, so this is their position on the field, and it's been a minute. From here down to here, it's been a minute. All right, so let's jump in number one. And he, like I said, he's blazing away. Oh yeah. It's yeah, it's the big field. Actually, big doesn't describe it. Let's call it huge. Yeah, it's a double huge field. And but you know, this is commercial farming. Farmers that have big huge fields, they usually, a lot of them will hire a custom harvesting crew to come in and harvest their fields for them. And when these crews come in, sometimes they'll have up to 12, 13 harvesters, 14 harvesters, custom harvesting. So yeah, I mean, it's not unusual to have big fields, you know, for commercial use. And these commercial guys come in and, you know, over 12 harvesters running to get it done. So yeah. All right, well, we're still going, and I don't want to use the whole video up on just one run, so let's go back and see what their position is. They're halfway. So they yes sir. So anyway, I'll get back with you when we get just a little farther along. All right, well, what I thought I better show you, you know, I've been telling you that this is a 12-hour harvest, real time. If you come down here and look at your little HUD, it tells you right here from where he's at now, not when we started, but where he's at now. It's 11 hours and 44 minutes until he hits the finish line, until he is done. This is number one harvester. So yes, 11 hours and 44 minutes. So I did want to show you that because I've been telling you it's a 12-hour harvest, and you know, yeah, it is. So, all right, I'll get back with you when we get just a little farther along. All right, well, we are getting down to the end of the field. And we just want to make sure that they all get turned around all right. I have every reason to believe that they will. But, you know, anything can happen. All right. Looks like number one's getting turned around fine, so let's go to number two. Make sure he gets turned around all right. Also, we can bring our HUD up, and as you can see, it took about, well, it probably, we started out at 12, I don't remember now, I didn't look at the HUD to see exactly what we started out with, but it was 12 something when we fired them off and they first started. So yeah, we still have 11 hours and 46 minutes to go, and they haven't completed their first round yet. So all right, so let's get rid of that HUD. It looks like they're all doing a good job of getting turned around. Let's go to number 4. He's doing a good job. And you know, this course, whenever we were setting it up, I set it up to run lands. And the reason I do that is so that the pipe is on the outside most of the time, so we can empty them. So that's the whole reason behind that. Now, of course, on this first row, whenever they make their second round, they will have to compensate for the width of the field. So that's why it doesn't look like there's enough field left there for all 5 of them to run on, is because you're exactly right, there isn't. But that's the way they compensate for the width of the field. And then from here over, everybody will be running a full header width all the way across them. So, all right, well, we just wanted to make sure that they all got turned around okay, and everything is looking great. And yeah, I'll get back with you whenever we start emptying them. All right, we are getting down here to where we need to start unloading them. And what I want you to do is look here. We still have 11 hours and 25 minutes, and we haven't completed the first round yet. So, all right, let's get rid of the HUD. Get this guy started, and we'll start emptying them out. Yeah, how's everybody doing today anyway? Well, we had a little bit of a snowstorm last night. Wind blew real hard and snowed real hard, but you know, in our part of the neck of the woods, the ground wasn't froze, so we didn't have, you know, that much accumulation, but it was pretty to watch, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. It was pretty to watch, but you know, this morning it's about 24 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's cold outside, and yeah, it's a good day for a big harvest, let's put it that way. Anyway, we got number 1 emptied out, we'll get number 2 emptied out, And like I said, I don't want you to beat me up real bad for the overcapacities. I know they're unrealistic, but I have to have them in order to do this, you know. It's, I try to do it as realistic as possible, but on a field like this, there is just, unless you've got a lot of people playing on the map with you, yeah, it doesn't work real good. Because you can't get from one end of this field to the other end fast enough to keep them all emptied out. You just can't. If they only hold, you know, 25,000 liters, well, that's, yeah. And this is another reason why it's important that your harvesters have a fast unload, is so that you can get them unloaded in time, you know, so that you can get them all unloaded before they reach the end of the field. So, yeah, it's interesting, to say the least. All right. Now they will get spread out a little bit on their second round. That's all right. But every once in a while, I have to kind of stop them and let them regroup because they get spread out too far, you know. So, they could afford to be spread out just a little farther than what they are right now. But that's okay. Alright, we've got what he's got. Alright. So we'll go over here. And we'll get our guys get these guys loaded up. I don't know. We don't have enough on here with this first round to load them all, I don't think. But we'll get a couple of them loaded and get them on their way to the silo. They've got a long way to travel. So I really thought, I guess I'm going to have to make another round. I wanted to come in a little closer up here. Alright. I usually unload on the other side, but I don't want to run in my crop. So we'll unload this time on this side. Alright. I really contemplated on having 4 trucks running, but I'd have to buy another truck and trailer, which, you know, is not a real big deal, but it's expense. And the only time that we really need 4 of them is on this field and the one next to it. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll get by with these 3. Now, if it gets to where I have some left over in the grain cart after loading all 3 of them, I've got another bin sitting up there. If you look up toward the top of the screen, I have another grain hopper up there that I can empty out into. So, but keep in mind, each one of these trucks is 300,000 liters. So, and this was just on the one pass. So we are not going to have enough to load all 3 of them this round. But what happens is I'm going to put the rest of it in this truck, and on the next round we're going to have the same amount. And so this truck's already going to have some in it. He's not going to go unload, but you know. Anyway, we are underway, and I will check back in with you every once in a while and let you know the progress, show you the progress, and yeah, we're going to get this field completely harvested today. So I'll see you in a little while. All right. Well, these guys have completed their second lands, and as soon as we get these trucks loaded, we'll go back and take a look at that and see what it looks like. But yeah, we're coming along nicely. A lot of soybeans. But that's going to give us a big payday, and that's why I'm putting it into storage right now, because there's almost $1,000 difference per liter. So yeah, I'll put it in storage. Wait for the time is right. So leave me a comment. Let me know. Have you guys harvested fields like this? And if so, how do you go about it? I mean, I'm all ears. I'll listen. If there's a better way, if there's a more realistic way, other than having a bunch of people, renting a server and getting a bunch of people on here, to help out. Is there a better way? Just let me know. Leave me a comment. Okay. We were going to, let's put that pipe in. We were going to go and look and see what it looks like on the big map up here. Okay, everything in purple is what we've already harvested, if you see my cursor. And our harvesters are starting a new lands. Number one is blazing the way. Now another thing, you see how they get spread out right here? I'm going to show you how to fix that. Alright, so you click on that harvester and come down and enter that vehicle. Alright, now we'll bring the HUD up for this. Alright, now what I do is I stop him at number one harvester and I back him up just a little bit. Now, where this said first waypoint, whenever you started, you want to click on it until you get the nearest waypoint. Because if you don't, if you keep it at the first waypoint, whenever you tell him to go again, he's going to go back to the very first where he started. Alright, so you just wait for these guys to catch up. Along about right there. They're catching up. And then tell him to go again. And he starts right back at the nearest waypoint, which is right there. Now, you can see what we did. We brought them together a little bit. Okay? We could even go into number 3 or number 2. Say, okay, yeah, let's stop you. Stop him. Let him back up a little bit. Make sure you're on the nearest waypoint. Alright, and tell him to go again. Alright. And now whenever you look, they're pretty well all grouped together again. So if you don't do that, they're going to get spaced out. You may have one where my cursor's at and another one way down here somewhere. You may even have one over here. They get spread way out. So it's kind of important to keep them all grouped together. That way you can empty them all out together and, keep everything on the up and up, let's say. All right. Well, as soon as we get a little farther along, I'll get right back with you. All right. Well, I told you I would check in with you every once in a while, and that's what I'm doing now. We have just about reached our halfway point. I'm sure we're right on the halfway point. We'll check it here in a minute. One thing to look at is where my cursor's at. We've still got 6 hours and 23 minutes left harvesting. Yeah. Yeah, I know. All right, let's go to our HUD. And I'm figuring if you see where my cursor's at, that number 10 that identifies this field is just about in the center of the field. I'm sure it is in the center. So when they come down through here, they will be halfway across. So, oh yeah, it's a big map. But anyway, we are getting across. I knew it was going to be a long harvest, and I don't want to keep you any longer and make this video unnecessarily long. So I will just keep checking in with you every once in a while, like I have been doing. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Well, are you still there? I hope you are. We're still gaining on it, and we're making good headway. We're right on target. Let's bring our HUD up, and right here it says we've got 3 hours to go. 3 hours, 0 minutes. So 3 more hours to go. So that's yeah. And if we turn and look, let's get rid of the, if we turn around and look, that's how far we've got to go. And this is how far we've come. So yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, I wanted to give you an update, show you where we're at. We are going to get this field harvested. There's no rain in the forecast for the rest of the day. And now tomorrow there's rain in the forecast. And then there's a lot of rain going on. So I don't know. It may hinder us getting the second half of this field done. I don't know. But usually whenever it says that there's rain in the forecast, and you can best believe there's rain in the forecast. It is going to rain. And they usually tell you about what time. So anyway, I wanted to give you an update, and we'll check back in a little later. All right. Well, we are gaining on it. Yeah, I know. It is a big field, and there's just no two ways around that. So I hope I haven't bored you too much so far. It is, you know, and we talked about this earlier when we were doing the smaller fields, and I kept promising everybody, oh yeah, the fields are going to get big. And this is one of the huge fields that we have. And it just, well, like it's a 12-hour harvest. That's all I can say about it. So we've been at it. Well, I don't know. I can go check. When we get done here, we'll go check and see how much more we've got to do. But the end of the map is within sight so far. And I guess we loaded all 3 of them that time. All right. That'll work. But we will, we'll have to go get into a harvester to find out. But we will. So yeah, if you don't care, leave me a comment and let me know if any of you have any fields like this. And if so, how do you harvest them? Is it basically the same way that I am, or what? I would be real interested in knowing. Yeah, as you can see, the end of the field is right there. That'll be all of it when we get there. But that's still going to take some doings. I mean, but we'll go up here and we're going to jump into a harvester and we're going to find out how much time we have left. I think we've probably got a couple of more lands, but yeah, we'll find out. So let's jump into this harvester up here. Turn our HUD on. 2 hours and 9 minutes more. Yeah. I know. But you think about the payday that you're going to have whenever you sell all this. You know, it's let's go in to the HUD. Well, of course we got to wait for it to save. Boy. All right, this has all been done. If you see my cursor, all of this has been done. This is our harvesters. Okay. Now let's go and see how much grain that we actually have. All right, we've hauled a little over 10 million liters today, because I think we started at 19 million, so 19 million 5, and we're at 29.7 now, so we've hauled about 10 million liters out of this field so far. So, oh yeah. But anyway, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right, well, we are on our last lands. This is the #1 harvester right here, and he's blazing away. But whenever they get this lands done, then the field will be complete. So if we pull the HUD up, we can see right here that we've got, where my cursor's at, 56 minutes and 23 seconds. So it counts it down. So yes, and I'll tell you what, I'll be glad whenever it's done. Like I said, this has been a 12-hour harvest, and I've been at it all day. Thankfully, my wife is very understanding. You know, both of us are retired, and she's very understanding and supports me in every way that she can. So you know, my office is right next to the living room, and our television is right against the wall. So while I'm recording, she can't even watch television, and you know, it takes a pretty understanding person in my books to understand, you know, that I can't have the TV going while I'm trying to record. So, but anyway, I'll get back with you whenever we get a little farther along. Don't forget to go down and hit that thumbs up button. I wanted to thank everybody that's watched my videos. The last video, I told everyone that I would remind you, because I think that, you know, people just forget to go down and hit that thumbs up. They may like it, but they forget to hit that thumbs up button. I'm guilty of the same thing. So I'm just reminding you, go down and hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this content. I'd sure appreciate it. And I will get back with you. We're going to have some final figures of how many soybeans we have harvested today in this big field, and yeah, so I'll be right back with you. All right, well, I think this is the row that we've been waiting on. Yes, this is the last row. By the time all the harvesters, this is the #1 harvester, and by the time all the other harvesters get down here in their row, this field will be complete. So we can pull the HUD up, and here you can see that they are indeed on their last row. Whenever they get down here, I'll take them off the line and I'll empty them into the cart. You know, just like you've seen me do before. And instead of running the trucks down there and having to wait on them, then the cart's got to go anyway. We'll take the cart down, empty it into the silo, and we'll get us a figure on how many liters of soybeans we harvested in this big field. So, all right, well, all we can do now is just wait, bring this HUD up, and if you see my cursor, we've got 6 minutes, 21 seconds. So, like I said, I will take them all off the line, empty them into the grain cart, and I'll get with you then. So I'll see you in just a little bit. All right. Well, the field is completed. It's been a long day, let me tell you. So what we're going to do, as I said before, we're gonna unload all these harvesters into this grain cart, and when we get done, we'll take we'll take what's in the grain bin, the silo, and we'll subtract what we started with, and then we'll add this to it, and that'll give us the total amount of soybeans that we took off this field. And it's going to be shocking. But you know, that's commercial. That is commercial. All right. Now, let's see what we got here. All right. Now, if we take, let's go see what's in the grain bin. All right. In our storage, we have 32,442, 820. Now, if we subtract 19,593 or 19,593,725, that gives us 12,849,095. All right. Now we've got to add 70,000 let's see, 706,085. That gives us a grand total of 13,555,180 liters come off of this field today. It took us 12 hours to harvest it, and yeah, and you know, to think we've got another one just like it. Yeah. So anyway, if you've liked this content, please go down there and give me a like. I'd sure appreciate it. I know that it's been a long video. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but I tried to keep it as short as I could. And but I wanted to give you a real feel of what it takes to harvest a field this size. And as you can see, it just goes on and on and on. So that's what 3,500 acres looks like. Just huge. So anyway, I guess we're going to call this a day. Please don't forget to go down and hit that thumbs up button. I would sure appreciate it. But as for me, the Dirt Road Farmer, I think we're going to call it a day. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.